Hi guys, it's SJ. Welcome to my channel. I hope you guys are good. I'm definitely feeling the kind of Christmas creep of anxiety now this week. I think it's just because it's getting there, isn't it? And all that emotional stuff from the kids. So I'm just looking forward to the end of term. I thought I would sit down and film my Q&A. So a few weeks ago I asked for Q&A questions and my plan was for this to be like the very first Christmas video I did for this year, but then I just got all excited about other videos and this was just kind of crept to happening now, so super sorry about that. But I have saved all your questions from a couple of weeks ago and I just put out a little thing for some more, so I will go through them. World's biggest cup of tea. Yeah, so there's sort of a mixture, a lot of Christmassy questions, some weight loss questions, so yeah, you guys know me well. So first one is from Dusty. Is that your name? I'm literally obsessed. She said, what did you study at uni and do you have any career aspirations when the kids are grown up? So I studied philosophy at university. I was always into kind of more creative, they used to call them humanities, they still call them that, but that sort of stuff. So I always did like art, drama, that type of thing. And then I did philosophy at college, absolutely loved it. All this like morality and debating and talking about topics and issues. You can imagine how much I love that. So I did that. And I think for the kids, with Freddie, I definitely want him to do something creative. The only thing I don't want them to do is, my dad was a police officer, and as much as that was an amazing career for him and it's a brilliant job for anybody to go into, I think I'd be scared if any of them were like in the police or in the army. I'm sure I would grow up and get out of it. I mean, they're little at the moment, but that would worry me. But I would love Freddie to do something creative because I just think that it's, for me anyway, it's just a much more enjoyable job. And I can't imagine with Finn, I think he's going to end up doing something with kids. If he's anything like he is now, he loves babies so much. And who knows about Evelina? I want her to be Elsa in the musical movie of Frozen. Just a small ambition for her. Me and Little Bear says, where is your happy place? Do you know what, I was thinking about this yesterday and thinking, do you know what, YouTube really is my happy place. And like today I haven't been feeling in the best mood, to be honest, as I just said. Feeling a bit worried, cancelling a few plans because I was just feeling a bit like but sitting down and making a YouTube video for some reason, and I think it's the difference. I was thinking this, it's like, you know, when you go to work and you might have had a bad morning or stuff going on in your family or whatever, but you go to work and it's kind of like you see your colleagues and you're happier, you're smiling a lot more most of the time if they're not being annoying, stressing you out. It can become like a real release and an escape almost from the rest of your life and the mum mood that you're in, and this to me really is that. And I think that's why I've just always, if I'm feeling a bit like that, I find it better to just go and chat to you guys, make a video, create something. It's more about the just chatting and feeling like I've had a little bit of time away. So yeah, I just want to say a huge thank you to you guys for subscribing and being here, because you're kind of like, yeah, that sounds well cheese. I say you're my happy place, but you know what I mean, like that's kind of how I feel about it. Like it's my switch off, it's my escapism, it's my kind of, it's what makes me really chuffed. And I think that's why people should be really careful when judging somebody, or no, not me in particular, but or writing a mean comment on someone's YouTube, because you actually don't know, like they could actually be having a bit of a vulnerable day, and then your comment on a video that might be about something really frivolous like what they bought in Primark could like bring them down. You know, like when you're at work sometimes and you've just put this smile on and you're having a really good day and you've forgotten about your kind of worries or troubles, and somebody says something and you're like, go home and think about it forever. So yeah, I was thinking about that the other day. These sort of things I think about. Coney Island Queen, hello, says, have you ever thought about visiting other places in the UK such as Ireland and Wales? Defo Wales. So I guess you're from Wales. So I grew up in Swindon, which isn't far, and I actually had a place at Cardiff University that I was going to go to and didn't go in the end. I deferred for a year and ended up going to Canterbury. I am part Irish, my mum is half Irish, and we've been to Southern Ireland. She was from Belfast, that's where she was born, in Hollywood in Belfast. So definitely would love to tour a little bit more around there. Wales we go to quite a lot, I think. I've been lots of times, and it's beautiful and I really, really love it. We've been to Bluestone as a family as well, which is in Wales, but yeah, definitely need to come back. Hannah asks, hi Hannah, are there any Swedish Christmas traditions that your family celebrate? So we're definitely having a bit of a Swinglish Swinglish, sounds a bit rude, Swedish English combo Christmas this year. So Christmas Eve we'll have the Christmas meal, because in Sweden they celebrate on Christmas Eve. And I'll link below a video I made last year about Swedish Christmas traditions. That will link into my weight loss, because that was when I'd lost 1 stone, but I looked loads bigger, I think. But still really nice. Yeah, so we'll do that. We'll definitely have our Christmas meal. Me and Henrik are actually going to sit down and try and combine it. So we'll do like a Swedish Christmas Eve day, minus the presents, and then we'll do an English Christmas day. So nice to have the 2 traditions. Hannah asks, do you normally spend Christmas in the UK or Sweden, and which do you prefer? So we do a year each. This year is our first ever year of it being just the 5 of us, and I'm so excited. Like, we're just going to be alone, and I think it's going to be our chance to really just relax and chill out, because we've had a really sociable year. We've been on lots of holidays, especially with Henrik's family, you might have noticed. We were with them skiing, and then we went there for summer, then we went to Orlando with them, went to Florida with them this October half term. They're coming tomorrow for a few days, and then they'll leave in time for Christmas Day. I love both sides of it. Sweden's particularly special because it's all snowy, and it's just really unique to be over there, and it's very different. I didn't like it at the beginning. I didn't like my Swedish Christmases at all, because I missed my traditions, my English traditions, and I missed my family so much. But now I've got used to it. I love both. And yeah, the English traditions, like our Christmas roast dinners and like all the TV. I know that's so sad, but I just love all the TV around Christmas in England. Fox Post, hello, asked, does Henrik go away for work? Her husband's about to go away for 3 weeks, and she's going to be alone with the baby. So yeah, he does travel a lot with work. Not loads, I would say. Maybe like once a month he'll go away for 2-3 nights, and he mainly goes to Scandinavia. I used to travel a lot with my job. It was a global job, and I would be probably traveling way more than him, and that's why one of the reasons I wanted to quit my job was because we were just finding it too much, me being away for a week. Sometimes I would be away for like the whole of a half-term week. He was working, and the kids were with their nanny from like 7 till 8, and it just was not what we wanted for the kids. For my heart left it, if you know what I mean. Like, now I look back at the pictures and I'm like, oh my god, there's me in Dubai having a meeting like in an eternity pool, and what an amazing opportunity, in places I never would have been to. I've been to Dubai, I've been to China, I've been to Korea, I've been to Hong Kong. We've done amazing shoots around the world, like had an amazing career. But it is tough being away. When Henrik goes away with work, I don't really mind. Like, I get scared at night. That's my worst thing. I stay up super late and I get scared. I don't know why. I just get scared. I get scared in bed. I get scared of the noises. So I don't know if I think he's going to like leap out and protect me. If there's a robot, we'd probably just both grab the kids and run out the back door. But I get terrified. It's a bit like Home Alone. And also just, I need to go to bed on time when he's not there, because I stay up way too late. So that's the worst thing about him traveling. But yeah, it's not too bad. And I think if he had a job where he travelled more, now that I'm at home, I'm more relaxed about it, because I keep the continuity going. But it is really tough, and I think 3 weeks I would really struggle with. So I hope you're going to be okay, but you know you will be, and I'm always at the end of the phone. And dieting over Christmas, I am sticking with Cambridge Weight Plan still. So I basically have a Cambridge Weight Plan product in the morning, and all my snacks are Cambridge Weight Plan products or bars. Sorry, I'm scratching my leg. But I am introducing lunch and proper dinners. So yeah, I'm going to stick with that. I've definitely eaten more, I'm not going to lie, over the last couple of weeks. I actually felt that I went a bit thin, a bit too thin, and I consciously wanted to kind of up a bit, but then I went a bit stupid and had like pizza, like a lot. So that was a bit silly. So I'm just going to try and find my balance, but I know I've got the weight plan to fall back on in January. What I won't be doing is really overindulging over Christmas and using it as a big excuse. So there's more temptation, and my husband's very much like, let's have a cheese board, let's have some chocolates. Like, he doesn't sort of try to pander to my diet, if you know what I mean. He's just very much like, let's do this. So when those things happen, it's like very rare now, and also I know that it's a choice. I've got such strong decision making now that I can, like, I feel like over food, whereas before I just felt like I was a bit out of control, and it was just like whatever was coming at me was going in my mouth. Whereas now I'm like, okay, I've decided I'm going to have 2 chocolates from that chocolate box, and I'm going to enjoy them, but I won't eat the whole box. Or I've decided it's, you know, it's Christmas and I want to have a cheese board with my husband, and I've done that. We did that once the other day, and I won't do that again now. But I feel like I can now be at the point of control with it where I can enjoy myself and I can say I will have a taste of that brie, but I'm not going to eat the whole thing, and I'm not going to do that 3 or 4 nights in a row. I think my problem was like, you did it once and then you do it the next night, then you do it the next night, do it the next night, and then by the end of 7 nights you feel really bad. And now I'm like, oh, if I've done something once, I will cleanse out, use the weight plan products to kind of just make myself feel back on top of it. That's what I'm doing this year. Last year I stayed really strict as well. Already after 1 month of the weight plan last year, I was able to be much more controlled over my portions. And so yeah, keeping all my portions in control, knowing that I don't want to put on loads of weight over Christmas. Like before I could have put on like half a stone or more, and I don't want to be that person anymore. Like I don't need to be that person anymore. I want to have New Year looking lovely and feeling good about myself. So that is my plan. So we shall see. And I'm sticking with the weight plan for the next year as well. I don't see any reason to stop doing how I am doing it. I don't want to get too thin. I don't want to be smaller than I am now. And I think when I get too thin, a lot of that's hormonal. A lot of that's to do with like what's going on at the time in the month or whatever. But I've got a tendency to look a bit scrawny then, like a bit like my chest can get a bit scrawny and things like that. So yeah, I just think I've got to watch that a little bit. And the last one was, how do we decide how much money to spend on the kids at Christmas? I don't sit down with like a budget and say I'm going to spend that much on all of them. It's funny because this year Freddie's Christmas list was so funny, and he asked for like pencils, some paper, a little bag to put my gems in, like really simple cheap things that I was quite surprised about. So his stuff's quite cheap but lots, and then Finn asked for things that are more like smaller toys that are quite pricey, because he's at that type of age where he wants, so you know, I can imagine next thing which might be quite small but quite a lot. So we're just deciding whether we still do stockings or not, because I'd rather they had a volume of presents under the tree, because volume is important to them, and the amount, having the same amount, they won't understand that actually we spent the same. So I'm going to count all the presents up tonight, and then Evelina has her birthday on Saturday and then Christmas, and she's got quite a lot of things, because also my sister handed me down some stuff for Evelina from her girls that I'm saving up to give her, and I bought her things like some new clothes that I'm going to wrap up because she just needed them anyway, but it'll give her something to open. So yeah, just kind of, we don't spend loads, we're not crazy spenders, we don't buy shared toys, they all get their own, and I try to buy the same for the boys, because if Freddie's asked for pencils, Finn doesn't want pencils, but he'll want them if he sees Freddie opening pencils. So actually a lot of Freddie's stuff I got from the pound shop, just because they had all of the arts and crafts stuff that he wanted. Like, he honestly asked for the simplest things, and he asked for an Elsa doll for Evelina. So I don't know whether I might actually let Freddie open that. So I hope I haven't been chatting for too long. I hope you have wonderful Christmases. I do want to say again, massive thank you if you're new to my channel this year, and if you've been here from the beginning as well, for being really supportive. Like, I've actually been invited to YouTube's Christmas party this week, and it just feels like this little sideline that I was doing when I quit my job last year has become, like I said earlier, like a real lifeline for me, and something that really means so much to me. And I can't believe it's grown. I actually never thought I would be in double figures on YouTube. So I just can't believe it. And it just is something that, yeah, I feel proud of as well, and the kids love it. Like, Freddie absolutely loves it, and my husband's really supportive of it. My parents and my whole family are like, think it's really cool, and my friends don't give a crap and never ask about it, but it just become, yeah, something really big, and I would love to keep growing it next year. And if you've got any ideas of other stuff you'd like to see on my channel, I'm going to keep doing Baby Name Mondays, of course, and I want to do more day in the life stuff as well, and just kind of keep that going, because I love capturing the kids. And yeah, anything you think, any videos you love seeing on other people's channels. I'm never going to be like a declutterer cleaner, I don't think, or many hauls, because I just don't buy all that much. Like, Henrik is the sole owner in our house now, going from a 2-income family to a 1-income family. But there's going to be house renovations happening next year, we're hoping, so we've been saving all year for that, and hopefully that'll be starting, and I cannot wait for that. That has bamboozled me, I must say. So I'm going to stop waffling, because I have a tendency to do that. Lots of love, Merry Christmas, and I will see you probably tomorrow, so I'm going to keep going. Bye guys.